Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Tunist English Podcast. I'm Lily, and I am so excited to be here today because we are talking about something that every single person listening to this has experienced.
And that something is failing. Hi, guys, I'm Jack. And let me tell you, if there was an Olympic medal for making mistakes in English, I would probably have a gold, a silver, and a bronze by now.
Don't be so hard on yourself, Jack. But you're right. Today's topic is how to handle failure, an English learner's journey. Inspired by creators like Mr. English, we want to break down why failing is actually your secret weapon for success.
It doesn't feel like a weapon, Lily. It feels like wanting to crawl into a hole and never speak English again.
I know that feeling. We've all been there. So today, we're going to talk about the mental block, share some of our most embarrassing stories, and give you 3 practical strategies to turn those fails into wins.
Okay, Lily, let's start with a story. Last week, I was at a cafe. I wanted to order a croissant. I had practiced the pronunciation in my head 10 times, but when the barista looked at me, my mind went blank. I pointed at the bread and said, "Can I have that yellow moon bread?"
Yellow moon bread, Jack. That's actually quite poetic.
It wasn't poetic, Lily. It was humiliating. The people behind me in line started giggling. I felt my face turn bright red. I just grabbed the bread, paid, and ran out. I didn't even get my change. That's a failure, right?
In the moment, it feels like a failure. But let's analyze this Toonist style. Did you get the bread?
Yes.
Did the barista understand you?
Eventually.
Then you communicated. Jack, this is the first thing our listeners need to understand. Communication is the goal, perfection is the enemy. In the Mr. English videos, he always emphasizes using what you have. If you don't know the word croissant, describing it as moon bread is actually a sign of high-level fluency because you are using circumlocution.
What?
Circumlocution. It's a big word that means talking around a word you don't know. It's a survival skill. Most learners fail because they stop talking when they forget a word. You didn't stop. You succeeded in getting fed.
I guess when you put it that way, it sounds better. But the language ego is real. When I make a mistake, I feel like I'm losing my intelligence. In my native language, I'm funny and smart. In English, I feel like a 5-year-old.
That language ego is the biggest hurdle. You have to give yourself permission to be slow or simple for a while. Think of it like gym training. You don't go to the gym and expect to lift 100 kg on the first day. You fail, your muscles ache, and that ache is how you know you're growing.
So why does our brain do that? Why do we forget things we already know when we get nervous?
It's the affective filter. This is a famous concept in linguistics. When you are stressed, anxious, or embarrassed, your brain literally shuts down the pathways to your language center. Your filter is too high.
So when I'm nervous, the English is inside my head, but it can't get out?
Exactly. It's like a gatekeeper. If the gatekeeper is scared, he locks the door. Our job on the Tunist English Podcast is to help you relax that gatekeeper.
How do we do that?
By laughing at the mistakes. Let's look at some common fails that are actually great lessons. For example, many learners say, "I am boring," instead of "I am bored."
Oh, I used to do that all the time. I told a girl on a date, "I am very boring." She just nodded and said, "Yes, I can see that."
Oh no. But see, that mistake taught you the difference between ed and ing adjectives faster than any textbook could. Bored is how you feel. Boring is your personality. You'll never make that mistake again because the failure had a consequence.
True. I learned that one the hard way. So you're saying that failure is actually high-intensity learning?
Exactly. When you get a grammar rule wrong in a book, you forget it in 5 minutes. When you get a grammar rule wrong in a real conversation and people laugh or look confused, your brain stores that memory in the never forget this again folder.
Let's talk about the plateau. You know, when you feel like you aren't failing, but you aren't winning either. You're just Stuck.
The intermediate plateau. This is where most English learners quit. They feel like they've reached the level where they can survive, but they can't express their true selves. This feels like a slow-motion failure.
That's exactly where I am. I can order moon bread, but I can't discuss philosophy or deep emotions. It makes me want to give up.
Think about what Mr. English does. He takes small, daily use sentences and masters them. The secret is consistency over intensity. If you feel like you're failing to progress, it's usually because you're trying to climb the whole mountain in one day.
So, what's the Toonist strategy for this?
It's the 1% rule. Don't try to be 100% better tomorrow. Just try to be 1% better. Learn one new idiom today. Use it once. Even if you use it slightly wrong, that's your 1%.
I like that. It takes the pressure off. But what about the fear of being judged? In many cultures, especially where our listeners are from, saving face is very important. Making a mistake in public is seen as a loss of dignity.
This is a cultural wall we have to break. In the world of English learning, mistakes are social currency. The more mistakes you make, the more spent you are in the language. People who speak perfect English but are afraid to talk never actually improve. The noisy learner who makes 20 mistakes a minute will be fluent in 6 months. The silent learner who makes 0 mistakes will still be at the same level in 6 years.
Wow. So the person failing the most is actually the one winning the most. That's a total mindset flip.
Let's get practical. For our Tunist English Podcast listeners, we want to give you 3 failure exercises you can do this week. Jack, are you ready?
I'm ready. Bring on the failure.
Exercise 1, the selfie video fail. Take your phone, record yourself talking for 2 minutes about your day. Don't stop, don't edit. Then watch it back.
Oh, I hate the sound of my own voice. That's the ultimate failure.
It feels like it. But when you watch it, don't look for what you did right. Look for one specific mistake you repeat. Maybe you always forget the S on he walks. Once you identify it, you've turned a fail into data. Data is power.
Okay, record and analyze. What's number 2?
Exercise 2, the safe failure zone. Find a language partner or an AI tool. Tell them, today I want to try using the present perfect tense, and I want you to correct me every time I mess up.
So you're inviting the failure.
Yes, you're taking the fear out of it by making it the goal. If you don't get corrected, you didn't try hard enough.
That's clever. It's like a game. And number 3?
Exercise 3, shadowing with a twist. Find a short clip from a channel like Mr. English. Listen to one sentence. Try to repeat it exactly with the same emotion. If you stumble, laugh at yourself and try again 5 times. The goal isn't to be perfect on the first try. The goal is to see how many tries it takes to get close.
I tried shadowing yesterday. I sounded like a broken robot.
A broken robot is just a robot that's learning how to move.
Before we finish, Lily, can we do a vocabulary spotlight? What are some Tunist words or idioms we can use to describe failure and getting back up?
Great idea. Let's look at 5 key expressions. To mess up. This is a very common, informal way to say you made a mistake. I really messed up my presentation. To fall flat on your face. This means to fail completely and embarrassingly. I tried to tell a joke in English and I fell flat on my face. A blessing in disguise. This is when something bad happens, like a failure, but it results in something good later. Losing that job was a blessing in disguise because it forced me to study English and move abroad. To get the hang of it. This means to learn how to do something, especially after failing a few times. English is hard, but I'm starting to get the hang of it. Back to the drawing board. This is what you say when your first plan fails and you need to start over. That explanation didn't work. Back to the drawing board.
I love a blessing in disguise. My yellow moon bread story was a blessing in disguise because now I'll never forget the word croissant and I have a funny story for the podcast.
Exactly. You're learning already.
Lily, before we wrap up, I want to say something to everyone listening. I know it's hard. I know that sometimes when you can't find the right word, you feel small. You feel like everyone is judging you.
And what would you tell them, Jack?
I'd tell them that those people who are judging you, most of them can only speak one language. You are trying to master a second or third one. That makes you a superhero in training. Superheroes always have a training montage where they fall down, get hit, and look silly. This moment of failure is your training montage.
That is so beautiful, Jack. Truly. Listeners, remember what we see on the Mr. English channel. English isn't just a subject in school. It's a bridge to the world. And sometimes bridges are bumpy.
Don't be afraid of the bumps. Embrace them.
If you enjoyed today's episode of the Tunist English Podcast, please subscribe and leave us a comment. Tell us about your favorite English failure. Did you say something wrong? Did you misunderstand a sign? Let's laugh together in the comments.
Yeah, make me feel better by sharing your moon bread stories.
Thank you for listening, everyone. Keep practicing, keep failing, and keep growing.
See you in the next episode. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.